Okay, so you've been wanting to try out the new macOS Monterey, but something is not working right. Why does the installation stop? And what to do with all these nasty messages? We'll answer that in this video. Error number 1, macOS Monterey download stuck. So you've downloaded the macOS installer. And when you try to install it and download the macOS itself, the file seems to be stuck on the progress bar. How much longer should you wait? In this case, you may be tempted to close the window and start again. But wait a second. Open your applications and check if the installer file hasn't already been downloaded to that folder. It's an icon with an arrow on top. Very often what the progress bar is telling is misleading. In fact, the download might be already completed, but your Mac is now verifying the file. Also, try the shortcut, Command-L. It will show you what the installer is doing at the moment and if it is actually downloading anything. In any case, it is better to give it some more time. And move your Mac closer to the Wi-Fi router. It could help. Okay, let's go to the next one. Error number 2. Not enough space to download macOS Monterey. The typical message in this case would be, there's not enough free space on the selected volume to upgrade the OS, or something like that. Well, the installer file takes up about 12 gigs. But you'll need to reserve at least 35 plus gigs for the system itself. Keep that in mind. Now let's try to free up some storage. It's never easy to find what to delete. Here's a tip. I usually use Clean My Mac X when I'm in dire space storage. It gives me ideas on what I can safely delete. There's always from 10 to 20 gigabytes taken up by junk and various cache files. So that's one idea to free up space quickly. You can use the free version of Clean My Mac X. The link is in the description. Run the app and click on System Junk. To free up space, this app finds all kinds of redundant files on your Mac, like system junk, remains of old apps, and downloads. If you let it scan your drive and then click Review Details, there will be a whole list of items ready for deletion. It even finds unused app installers, some really specific categories of junk. And Clean My Mac is notarized by Apple, so it's a safe app to run on your Mac. And by the way, you can also fire up Optimize Storage. This is a tool that comes with your Mac, another way to get rid of useless files. Open Apple menu, then click About This Mac. And Storage, where you click Manage. Now you can sort your files by size and decide which ones to delete or move to an external drive. Don't forget to empty your trash bin. Let's review a couple of other error messages. macOS could not be installed. First, you should know that there are two principal ways to install a macOS update. Either it's through System Preferences on your Mac or via the Mac App Store. If the installation cannot continue and one method didn't work, you can simply try the other one. For example, if you can't download Monterey via System Preferences Software Update, leave that and go to the Mac App Store. Type in macOS Monterey, and if it pops up as available for your Mac, go download it. Oh, bummer. Suppose it didn't work again. Try repeating the steps in the Safe Mode. Safe Mode switches off some startup apps that may mess up with the installation. Shut down your Mac and wait for 10 seconds. Press the power button and hold down Shift. Release the key when the login window pops up. While in Safe Mode, go to the Mac App Store and try downloading the update one more time. There are situations when important installation packages are missing or your system isn't configured to install macOS Monterey. For example, when your drive is formatted in the wrong format. So, we've come to the last-ditch option, macOS Recovery. With it, you can either reinstall your previous macOS version or install Monterey from a bootable USB stick. I explain how to create one in another video. Check the link in the description. To enable macOS Recovery, do this. On a Mac with an Intel processor, click the Apple logo menu and choose Restart. Hold down Command-R when your Mac is restarting. Wait until you see the macOS Utilities window. If you have an Apple Silicon Mac, click the Apple logo and choose Shut Down. Press and hold the power button until Loading Startup Options appears. Choose Options, Continue. Don't forget, macOS recovery is only for situations when your Mac is basically unusable and you need to restore it, for example, from a time machine backup. Well, that's all for today. These were our ideas to help you download macOS Monterey. Hit subscribe and check all those helpful links below this video.